Hello all, happy quarantine. My name's Gabby, Gabella, whatever you want to call me. But I just was going to talk today about how yoga describes us all as little onions. So yoga says that we all have a soul. And so I want you to think of that as the inside of the onion. So when you peel back the onion and you see the little bulb, your soul is your bulb. And then you have your little layers of your onion, layer. And those are the layers that we build up over time. So I like to compare this to the Western version of conditioning. So in psychology, we describe this as being conditioned. So over time, you're conditioned, right? So when you're little, you're told, oh, you have really pretty hair or you have really poofy hair. And over time, you start to really think that's true. And you think that can't really change because people have told it to you for so long. And especially when you're young, you're so vulnerable to thoughts that thoughts stick in the head a lot deeper and a lot stronger. So anyway, these little layers start building up, wider, until when you're older and you have a big onion and you're the onion. And you kind of forget about the bulb. You forget about the bulb, how you started. And that bulb is really valuable because that bulb is like your pure self. So that bulb is pure, crystal, clean water. And it feels really good because it's clean, it's clear, it sees the world clearly. When you're little, you see magic everywhere. You believe in Santa, you believe in the tooth fairy, but you believe in it with this natural positivity. But over time, that gets tainted. And then you're your onion and well, at least in my case, I was like angry, kind of like going to class every day and angry going to work. And then I'd come home and then I'd be kind of angry still. So I'd want like a glass of wine and a bunch of chocolate and ice cream and then some healthy stuff thrown in there too. But it was mixed a little bit. But I would do all these things to like make myself feel better. And so then I started doing yoga. And it wasn't beautiful at first. It was actually a lot of like stuff I was confronted with right away. And those I compared to those layers of the onion. So right away I was thrown with the idea that, I have poofy hair and I didn't like my hair straightened all the time. I was thrown with the idea of a lot of self-worth and a lot of self-hate. And that was a really deep ingrained layer. And so what yoga does is, because it's just you and the mat, you're faced with these layers. And you work through these layers, peeling them back like the onion, peel, until you touch the core. And then when you touch the core, that's what keeps you going back, is because when you touch that core, or when you get close to the core, or feel that core, and feel what it feels like in your body, it feels incredible, because you start to realize that none of the stuff on the outside ever mattered. All that matters is this core. And then you start living from the core. And you start living from that inward self, from that childlike self, or from that deep, true-like self. And then you start living outward instead of living the other way. And so that's what keeps me coming back to yoga. Again, it's not that blissful time every time. A lot of times it's confronting myself with layers and layers. But every once in a while, and it continues to happen as you continue to practice, you begin to touch that a little bit more. And that's what keeps you going back to the practice. So that's a little word on yoga and the onion. Anyways, have a good day. The sun is shining. Beautiful if you're in California. If you're in other places in the world, I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy. And I hope your family and friends are happy and healthy. I love you all. Bye-bye.